Even as a child, I wasn't particularly afraid of thunderstorms. I still enjoy standing outside on the apartment's corridor to watch the dance of lightning on Pretoria's horizon. In this video, you'll learn how irresponsible I was in my ignorance. You'll also find out if one can survive a lightning strike. Maybe a quick update on what lightning is, how it forms, and what you can do to avoid being struck by lightning. Oh, and whether lightning can strike the same place twice. How does lightning form? Moist, warm air rises. The moisture turns into small ice crystals when it reaches a certain height. If it continues to rise, small hailstones are formed. When heavy enough, the hailstones fall to the ground and collide with, and rub against, the ice crystals. This interaction causes a negative electrical charge to form at the bottom of the cloud. Because there is a positive charge on the ground, the cloud can then discharge to the ground in the form of a lightning bolt. However, most lightning occurs within the cloud, as the distance between the negative charge below and the positive charge above where the hailstones are, is usually shorter than the distance to the ground. Lightning always follows the shortest path. The second most lightning also occurs into cloud, from the negative charge in one cloud to the positive charge in another cloud. Only 10% or less of all lightning strikes the Earth. Can the same place be struck by lightning twice? Absolutely. In the USA, cloud-to-ground lightning occurs more than 20 million times a year. Over a long period of a century or more, it's almost a given that a specific location will be struck more than once. It's even possible for a place to be struck more than once during the same thunderstorm. The Empire State Building in New York is struck an average of 23 times a year and was once struck 8 times within 24 minutes. Can humans survive a lightning strike? The soccer team, Bena Chadi, was struck by lightning and killed during a match in the east of the Democratic Republic of the Congo in 1998. All 11 of them. The other team suffered no injuries. 10% of people struck by lightning do not survive, while 70% of victims suffer severe long-term effects. According to American statistics, men are struck by lightning 5 times more often than women, and 41% of victims are between 15 and 34 years old. You might think that these figures can be attributed to the fact that men and young people spend more time outdoors and therefore face a greater risk, but 32% of injuries occur indoors. There are a few unfortunate individuals who have been struck by lightning more than once. The most famous of these is Roy Sullivan, who was recognized by the Guinness World Records as the person struck by lightning the most times and survived. In his long career as a park ranger in Shenandoah National Park in Virginia, USA, he was struck by lightning a total number of 7 times. Of course, lightning also strikes trees and animals, causing fires. Mr. Rufus Dreyer on his farm in the Eastern Cape lost 64 cows in a thunderstorm a few years ago. What can you do to prevent a lightning strike? Personally, I'm not careful enough. I've swum while it's raining or stood by the window watching the thunderstorm more than once. Please don't say I was foolish. I prefer to be called uninformed. I've now learned that I should seek shelter when I hear thunder. The storm may be 15 km away, but a lightning strike can still come out of the blue sky here. Avoid tall trees and telephone poles, as well as large open areas where you might stand out as the highest point above the ground. Quite a few golfers haven't realized this danger. Tents, awnings, and umbrellas provide no protection against lightning, and neither do rubber soles. It's good to be in a car if there's no better shelter, but don't touch any metal. It's also not a good idea to be in a small boat on the water during a thunderstorm. If you are indoors, you really don't have to close the curtains. Avoid windows and doors, and don't decide that it's a good time to bathe or shower or do laundry. Don't use electrical equipment, including the kettle, and don't make calls on the landline. I've learned a lot from making this video. I hope that you have benefited from it too. Please let me know in the comments below.